Hello once again. Today we're going to review the book The Bulletproof Diet. Very good, by Dave Asprey. He also has a great podcast and he calls himself a biohacker. He's really smart and he's been on all kinds of major TV shows. I like him a lot. Listen to that podcast and get a lot of good tips. So I'm going to talk about fats. And in this book, chapter 4 talks about eating fat for breakfast and carbs for dessert. It's good. He talks about not eating much at breakfast. Okay, so basically, this guy's story, Dave Asprey, he was around 300 pounds. He was one of the first guys that worked at Google and learned a lot about the internet and how to market yourself. Really smart dude. Worked crazy hours, but he had bad health. So he spent a ton of money, hundreds of thousands of dollars, searching, because he did everything that a person should do that was recommended by the doctors, but to no avail. He couldn't lose weight. He's like, then something's wrong. This we gotta get to the bottom of this. So he even traveled to the Himalayas, and that's where he learned how to get breakfast in your coffee, basically. And that's, a lot of people have heard about the coffee in the butter in your coffee, but I've realized it has to, for that to taste good, it has to be organic coffee, and you got to be a little snobby about it. Go to a coffee place, because some organic coffee I don't like. It's kind of stale, it's old, it might have mold, and that's what he's big about. He sells coffee that he's tested for mold, because he used to work in a laboratory, and his wife's a doctor. So that's why one of the reasons why I trust him, because he's just like dug to the bottom of things. He's not biased. He's not trying to sell you crap, you know. So yeah, you get grass-fed butter, organic coffee, and then I do flavorings and just some stevia for natural sweetness, and then blend it in a blender. That's the only hassle. And now I'm addicted to it. I can't have it. I went to some cheaper coffee. I didn't like it. Cheaper butter. I didn't like it. It has to be, and that's what they do in the Himalayas. They had it was a woman gave him some organic coffee and some yak butter. Yak, you know. So he came back and he designed this coffee. It's great. I just have vitamins in that coffee. I was never a big breakfast person anyway. He said that's not really that good for you. He said Dr. Mercola recommends to fast in the morning, fast all night, and then in the morning until 11 or 12, then eat your lunch. So nothing in the morning. I like that better. I feel better. I can eat a little bit at lunch and then go eat regular dinner. So it's good. So that's kind of new. We've always been told breakfast is the most important meal of the day, but he says if you just get a little bit of good fat, then you're good. And the reason why you need good fats are clean fats, fats that are not chemically altered or heated, is because in order for your body to do its oil change, you've got to get raw fats like avocado, nuts, olive oil, not fried, and some coconut oil. You know, I like to swish, do the coconut oil pulling at night. It's good stuff. I like the taste, and you can put a little bit of that in your coffee too if you want. So once you put good oils in your body and in great abundance, people are like, oh, I'm gonna get fat. But what your body starts doing is releasing other fat. And so it's like an oil change in your car. People, they've never been taught. Your body needs an oil change regularly, on a regular basis, so you rotate. You want the highest quality too. Okay, so if you're doing mostly carbs, which people don't realize they are, so if you do mostly carbs like sugar and starch, when gut bacteria are fed sugar and starch, they stop producing FIAF, and you start storing fats. Feeding your gut bacteria starch and sugar all day long is a terrible idea because it will cause your body to store fat instead of burning it. That is why the bacteria-rich yogurt isn't a great breakfast either. there's a lot of them. It's a sugar in there, and it's not. A lot of people eat non-organic, so that's a whole nother talk about gut bacteria. We'll go into that. But his basic premise in here is, and Dr. Mercola is the same way, is to learn that your body you need to become a fat burner as opposed to a carb burner. And they said if you're eating very low carbs and you're just eating good fats, good healthy fats, and your body goes into ketosis, they call it, and you're just burning fat. And that's why the Atkins diet works. It's not the best diet because they don't put emphasis on eating clean, and I'm gonna look that up for my next talk. But Atkins died pretty young. Most doctors die pretty young, so I don't take advice from people that aren't getting the results that I want, so okay, different fats, different oils. So he recommends obviously good fats, but Dr. Mercola goes a step further and he says you should not be eating so-called vegetable oil, so let's say oils like soy. I'm gonna start with the worst. Cottonseed. That's in some chips. It's a waste product. It should be thrown away. You should not be eating that. Canola and soy are probably just as bad because soy is genetically modified. Canola was not meant for humans to eat, but they're putting it in everything, so-called healthy products. In a lot of the health food stores, you gotta look. There's all kinds of supposed good products out there, and they got canola oil, and that disqualifies them as being healthy. So Mercola is big on that. Stay away from most of those. So then you can graduate. Do not eat cottonseed oil. You could eat some soy. It's not such a shock to you, and then go to like sunflower oil. Neutral. You can cook with it. I used to use that if pan frying a little bit, but I don't think it's the best for pan frying. The best, and then olive oil is good, but again, not for frying. Just for like your salad, or you can put it on the end of your meal on meat if you want. And then of course, avocado oil. It's a little expensive, but yeah, that's one of the best. Or grapeseed oil. I should write this bigger. Avocado. So yeah, again, these in the same category. And then coconut oil. That's great. If you want to fry, coconut oil doesn't change its molecular structure. It keeps without a problem. And grapeseed is supposed to not change if you want to do some like sauteing of veggies. So I should put those separately. And there's other oils out there too, right? But they can be kind of expensive. You can get specialty oils. But the problem is when they change the oil structure, and your body can't use it that well. So how are we doing on time?
We got you're 9.5 minutes in.
Plenty of time. Okay, so he explains it better. Again, reading the whole book is so much better than just getting a book review, although you get a lot of benefits still. Bulletproof coffee on an empty stomach is a fast path to mild ketosis, like we said, and bring the benefits of mental focus and reduce food cravings. So the point is, if you eat fat, you don't want to eat as much. And I do a lot of supplements too. I only need a little bit of good fat and supplements. So, and we talked about for breakfast having good coffee. You can go to the coffee snobbery places. First step is go to the fanciest coffee shop in your neighborhood, and hopefully one with its own roaster. Because a lot of people haven't had really good coffee. They go to Starbucks and it's low quality coffee, bunch of sugar. It's not really for somebody who loves coffee. That's not a coffee lover's place. So you go to the coffee shop that has a roaster. You ask them, these are the beans I want. Roast them right there. Take it home, then grind just what you want. It's the freshest you're gonna get. That's what I like to do. Okay, and when you're selecting coffee, this wasn't really about coffee, it's more about fat, right? But when you select your coffee, it should be not a blend. And he recommends, again, he said this on the podcast this last week, coffee from Central America tends to be lower in toxins than coffee from other regions. So I try to choose. I got some from Mexico, and I'm trying. I just tried a little bit this morning. It's pretty good. From Whole Foods, organic Mexican coffee. So I'm trying a bunch of them. And when you're really sensitive, like someone like me with Lyme, I can tell. That's why I can never drink coffee, because it gives me a headache. And I was probably exposed to mold when I was young, because I have sensitivity to it. Dave Asprey, he had that when he was a kid. Was exposed to mold too, as well. Okay, so he's saying, you could say, well, isn't eating fat in the morning breakfast? He explains it well. He says, since your body does not really recognize fat as a meal when it is eaten without protein, carbs, or sugar, drinking Bulletproof coffee in the morning instead of eating breakfast keeps you in fasting mode while satisfying your hunger and providing numerous benefits. I still do a little bit of, after I blend it and it's cooled down a little bit, I put organic raw honey. Organic raw will not pour. It's solid. So you get B vitamins. It's the best form of sugar you can have. That's the only sugar I have every day. All day. He recommends blending collagen protein, which is another kind of a fat, in with your milk, or with your coffee. You can put some organic milk if you want it in there, right? But, and he goes into the combinations. So that's about it. I wanted to really do the review. Another good book to read about fats is Udo Erasmus, Fats That Heal, Fats That Kill. That's one of the first ones I read when I was becoming all natural. So that's the other thing. You get omega-3s, omega-6s through a pill, but it has to be high quality, or else a lot of those being in the bottle, they can sit in a warehouse for a while. They go rancid. They're bad. So I like Life Extensions, omega-3 and omega-6, because they put in things in there to keep it from, what did they say, oxidizing, going bad. And I just got even better than that, because Dr. Mercola is saying now a lot of that maybe is not so good. I think he's talking about low quality omega-3s and it can cause inflammation for people. So they're saying the best thing to do if you have an inflammation problem is to do the krill oil. That's one of the best fats you can have. So I got some from Life Extension. I want to get Dr. Mercola and try his too. He's got some great products that you can have. So if you start eating all the right oils, then you'll give your body an oil change. And you'll actually have more clarity of mind, feel better, have more energy. You'll eat less, and you'll start losing weight. That's basic. That's so much of what most people want, right? Is how to lose weight. And as I do this, I'm like, I'm not an expert on everything, and I haven't had to deal with everything, but I had to deal with my Lyme disease, so I can relate to a lot of things because I've had to deal with all aspects of health in order just to feel right. So I think, and you find out, Dr. Mercola has a diet plan, or he has a test. You can find out what kind of, I guess, you do the questionnaire and you find out if you're a carb type versus a fat type, or if you're a combination, and it helps you to, because we're all going to eat some vegetables, we're going to eat some carbs, but it helps you to realize how to eat more, because a lot of people want to count calories, but I don't believe in that. He doesn't really recommend. I haven't heard any of the new mainstream guys recommend counting calories, unless it's like, one of these diets that have been around for a while and they kind of have old ideas and they don't seem to work that well for people with overweight. They don't keep the weight off. So what I do with my diet and exercise, whatever, is figure out what can I do for the long term. If I feel like I can only do it for 30 days, like some of these diets, well, lose 30 pounds in 30 days. If you got whatever you got to do, if you can't do that for 18 months, that's my best gauge. Then I don't do it. So I ask people, if you're gonna follow the Body-Wise diet plan, my diet plan, then do it for 18 months, and then it'll be ingrained. But whatever you choose to do, like, whatever these are, I say to myself, okay, I don't like coconut oil that much, but I can do olive oil for the rest of my life, or at least 18 months. I can change. I can do avocados, again, forever. But I know I can't do cottonseed, soy, canola. So that's how I make my choices. And sometimes it's just a convenience thing, and with exercise it's the same way. You have to figure out what works for you, and then do that. The plans that I've adopted now, like interval training, is not too strenuous, because I've asked myself, can I do this forever? Can I do it the rest of my life? And those are the ones I adopt and I keep. If you do extreme, like, I love foundation training, but I can't go super into that. It's kind of like yoga for guys, but I can't go crazy with it because I know I can do a little bit of that for a long time. I do a lot. People go to the gym and they go crazy with it for a month and then they never do it again. That's not going to work. You get gung ho and you get excited. I think I've done that many times. I'll induce a Herxheimer reaction, or induce a sickness, or a cold, and then I don't go to the gym for a while. And regularity is the important thing. What can you do on a regular basis right now, one step at a time, to get away? So you have these bad oils and you're stepping yourself toward the best oil possible. And then there's not going to be one choice. There's always many choices, and you'll find more choices as you do it. All right. So that's it.
That was really cool.
See you later. Peace.